Hello, bitches. Welcome back to another episode of Confessionals. It's been a while. It's been a while, so I'm sorry. But also, I moved to New York City, as you guys know, in January, and life has been hectic. Life has been pretty intense. It's been good. I've been learning so many lessons already, and I feel like good things are coming. And this feeling that I have of good things already happening and more good things coming is the inspiration behind this episode. And the title is Detachment is for Lovergirls. This episode, it might sound like it's about love. Part of it is, but it's more so about manifestation and the art of detaching from outcomes, which is a lesson that I have been learning here, and I've been learning it so fast. I've said in previous episodes that when I moved to LA, my healing was light speed. And I feel like in New York, my evolution is even faster. So I feel like I'm already healed. I'm sure there's things that may pop up here and there, but more so what I'm working on now is just growing. Like the sickness is gone, and now I gotta grow and get strong and do all the things that the healed version of myself does. So that is what I'm doing. One thing that I did is I quit bartending forever. And I've said it here a lot. I was one of those people that's like, oh, I'm going to get out of the industry. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. And then they never do. And I tried it here and it wasn't too bad. I mean, I did quit places that just seemed like a lot of pressure, but I quit my last bartending job. It lasted maybe 2 or 3 months. And I said, I just energetically, it doesn't match. It doesn't align. I dated for a little bit because when I came here, I wanted to low key be a little bit of a hoe. Not completely, not like I didn't want to sleep around, but I wanted to go on a lot of dates and, date for fun and hoe my way into finding a husband, minus the premise being promiscuous. That was not my plan. But I learned something. I learned that dating men is fun, but there's so many more fun things to do than going out on dates with men. Even like the cool ones. I went out with three different guys, multiple dates, and accomplished, good-looking, cool guys. But I just I just knew that they weren't the ones for me. Like I found flaws that are not necessarily bad, but they're just like not for me. These Bottom line, these guys weren't for me, and I rather do other things. So I stopped dating. That doesn't mean I'm closed off to love. That just means that I'm open but not seeking it out. What I'm laser focused in is getting my motherfucking bag, bitch. That is what I'm fucking focused on. Is getting my motherfucking bag and following my dreams in LA because I was still healing. I got distracted. I got distracted from my dreams, from my aspirations, and I got sucked into the bartending industry, which was a lot of money back in 2021 post pandemic in LA. Club scene was great, great money. Most money I've made to this day. But that was distracting. My healing journey was, I don't want to say distracting, but it did take away from following my passions because I wasn't stable. My nervous system couldn't handle the things that I was manifesting. I was manifesting huge auditions, meeting famous people, and but dealing with the racism and the sexism in the industry was just too much. It was too much for my traumatized nervous system. So I call it kind of like my flop era, my fumble era, but my friend said that's she doesn't like to call it that because she had something similar, that she's just, it's just a point in time where you're meant to learn lessons so you can receive when you are ready. And now I am ready. I'm so ready to receive. I'm so excited. And my lessons in New York have been not worrying, and you don't worry by detachment. I am a lover girl through and through, and I mentioned this before. I'm not only a lover girl in romance and love, romantic love, but I'm a lover girl in my friendships. That's my family. My friendships are my family. I'm a lover girl with my family, with my friends. I'm a lover girl in my career in telling stories. I'm a lover girl in my work and my survival. My current survival job is teaching. I'm a substitute teacher, and I worked with kindergarteners for 4 or 5 weeks. I think it was a month. Yeah, a little over a month. And I just love kids. Like they're so precious, and they're so cute, and they're so funny. So I want to do things in my life that require love, because I'm a lover girl and I believe that everybody in this world is a lover boy, lover girl. So how do we define attachment? We have to define attachment and detachment. The reason I put in the title detachment is for lover girls is not because I believe that attachment is bad. I think attachment is just an emotional bond. It's neutral, and it can be healthy, it can be unhealthy. But I think the healthiest way to manage attachment is by not putting weight on it. It is by just going with the flow, for lack of a better term. It is going with the flow. So, like when you meet a friend, you are obviously attached to the friend as the friendship grows, right? And there is an attachment. It's inevitable. But in a way you detach when you become closer and closer and closer. The stronger the bond is, the greater the detachment can be if it's healthy, because you realize that you don't belong to one another. Like you do and you do. You do and you don't. It's an oxymoron, really. I feel like life is full of contradictions that make absolute perfect sense. And the best way to be attached to somebody is by detaching from them. And I know that doesn't make sense. I know that doesn't make sense, but it does. When you go deep, it does, because it is all about the substance of the emotional connection. And I'll give an example. All my life growing up, I had an attachment to my art, which is acting, telling stories. And that attachment has fluctuated, from the age of 3 when it began to now. So from the ages of, maybe 3 to 13, it was my dream. Like it felt exciting. It felt like an escape. And most of the components of that attachment, I would say, were healthy, because it's something that I loved. It was playing pretend and I loved it. But once I got to the age of maybe like my early 20s, my late teens, I abandoned it because I deemed it unrealistic, and I basically did everything that I said I wasn't going to do, which was let go of my dream and change my identity. And I changed into somebody that I wasn't for a long, long time. And the dream nags at you. The dream nags at you because when you abandon your true self, it's uncomfortable. And it's crazy because it's always going to be uncomfortable for the most part. When you lean into your true self, it might be uncomfortable if that's not what you're used to. But if you don't lean into your true self, if you're fake with yourself, that is uncomfortable too. So you choose a struggle, right? And it just kept nagging at me. It kept nagging at me. And I moved to LA, and I was manifesting all these things, but I realized something about myself, and that part of that attachment was unhealthy, because even though I kind of had a knowing that it was going to happen for me, that it was all going to work out for me, I relied on the outcome a lot. I relied on the outcome for validation, for my self esteem. When I saw things not going as I planned them, I got disappointed. Like I was just too anxiously attached to it. I was anxious around it. If things weren't working out my way, I was just too reliant on the outcome instead of having it be a state of being. And now, through a lot of therapy and moving and taking breaks from auditioning, I tried to purify my dream as much as possible, because it got tainted along the way by my trauma. I wanted to be seen because I wasn't seen in my childhood. So I wanted to show people that I was valuable. Whereas now, I'm so detached from that. And I know that I'm valuable. I know that I deserve this. I know that I have something to offer. And I want to tell these stories to help people, because the art has already healed me. I've already healed me. And maybe it'll continue to help me grow and help me heal. But the main motivator behind my art is that I want to show people what is possible. I want to show people, I want to have people be inspired and happy and go through the roller coaster of all of these beautiful emotions that make up life. So my attachment is so different, and that required detachment. It required detachment from a lot of things to purify that emotional connection. And I find the same thing with my friends. Like my friends now, I I have full trust in them. And oh, I've known them for years. I have full trust in them. I know the kind of people that they are. So that kind of allows me to not even think of outcomes because I know their character. Whereas with other friends that I've had in the past that maybe weren't the best or didn't turn out to be great, there was always that attachment of like I want to keep you as a friend because I knew that I never had them in the first place because their character was not the most solid, right? So, I think the stronger the bond is, the less attachment that you need. And the stronger and the more trust you put, the stronger the bond is and the more trust that you put in it, the more relaxed it is. And relaxation requires detachment. I'm saying that word a lot, but it's true. It's an oxymoron. Life is just full of oxymorons. And I've had this question for months. What is the difference between detaching from the outcome and knowing that something is going to happen? Because they seem like they contradict each other. A lot of these concepts are so simple, but they kind of seem contradictory. And I feel like when you know the answer is within itself. When you know something is coming, there's no need for attachment because you already know that it's coming. If you order something online and you're checking the tracking and it's on its way and there's no delays or anything like that, or even if there's a delay, you already know it's coming. And if it doesn't come, like you already know you're going to get a refund, like you're chilling. You may be excited, you may be a little nervous and jittery, but you know that it's coming. You know that it's gonna work out. You are in the know. So, excitement doesn't mean attachment. It just means that you're excited and that you're happy about it. And I kind of answered that question on my own because I just wanted to do this the right way. Like, I've been in a constant state of analysis, mental analysis about life. And that's been my whole life. But now it's the difference is that I'm not stressed out. That it's just my filtering process is clean, it's chillin', it's functional, and it's easy. It is so simple. I am constantly the way that I'm able to have this peaceful state of analysis is that I am constantly connecting with what I call source or my higher self. And I ask myself like what does my higher self look like and what would she do? So like I'll give a little example. An exercise that I've been having recently is there's this guy that I met and I just know I don't like him. Like he seems fine, but I'm not into him like that. And I just when you just know something, you know something. And but he has a lot to offer. For yeah, he has a lot to offer. So I've been having this battle of what do I do? Should I like should I just not put any weight on it? Should I just go fuck it? Or should I not go? Because I really don't want to go, but I know that it could be. These things where you have to analyze and you have to kind of look at the positives and the negatives. So I asked myself, what would an easy way to answer this is what would my higher self do? Would my higher self that is already famous and rich and accomplished, would she go out with this guy? Would she do that? And the answer was there. The answer is that she wouldn't do that. She would not do that. So yeah. And when things get a little difficult, when self control gets a little hard, I just ask God to, or the universe to remove that situation for me. And I actually hadn't thought about this, but I started doing it recently and he did. He did. This guy just stopped replying. And I was, oh, I'm like, okay. I wasn't the one that had to stop replying. Like, he just stopped replying. And it was great. It was great. And now I just do that. So, but I'm trying to build up that muscle where I can do it myself for the most part. But I'm chilling because I know that the universe has my back when I am relaxed, when I don't worry, and when I trust myself and when I trust my intuition. Another thing that helps me be in a constant state of peace, peaceful analysis is non judgmental curiosity. So if feelings arise that I don't like, I just confront them. I confront them in the same way I would confront a child when they do something not good. I would sit down and I would ask, what's going on? Like, what's up? What is going on? Why are you doing this? And then I would just wait for the answer to come up, for the belief system to rise to the surface, and I would fix it. And I would fix it. So, for example, when I first moved to New York, I knew in my intuition that I had to do this, that I needed to push myself to this limit. And I hated bartending. I was so burnt out. I didn't want to work in LA. I paid my rent with and my I paid my rent, the last month of my rent and my Airbnb with what I made from selling my car. Like I literally had no money. And I moved here with $200 on my Apple Pay. $200 on my Apple Pay. That's it. That is all I had. And my Airbnb was paid for a month. And had a hard time finding a job when I first got here. I got here in the middle of fucking this demonic winter that we had. And I was worrying a lot. I was scared, bitch. I was like, damn, I don't got no money. I need to survive on bacon, egg, and cheese and beans. And that was the lesson. You know, you have to go through the rough patches to learn the lessons. And I asked myself, I'm like, why are you worrying? What is the belief here? What is going on? The belief was that there's a lot of shame because why am I hot and young, but not super young? Like young, but not 20, you know? Like, why am I who I am and I'm broke? Like, why is that happening? There was a lot of shame surrounding that because I grew up really poor. And I had to deal with that shame and obliterate it and tell myself that's not who you are. You are not a broke bitch. It doesn't matter if you have $1 in your bank account. That's not who you are. And so act like who you are. And who you are is a bad bitch. Bad bitches don't act broke. Even if they have $2 in their bank accounts, they do not act broke. And they are not upset about their circumstances because their circumstances do not define them. And that is the best way to bring the reality that you desire to your 3D. So, yeah, and that's what I've been working on. I've been working on that. That's been the primary thing. And then also acting. I got so distracted in LA by many things throughout the 5 years that I was there. Some good, some not so good. And I was kind of getting distracted here because I was getting distracted by my worrying. So I had to bring that to the surface and ask, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? In a non judgmental way, in a loving, gentle way. What are you doing? Why, like, you're letting yourself get distracted again. Like, you're supposed to be laser focused. Not you're supposed to be laser focused. And the whole point is for me to make money off of acting. That is my job. So why are we stressing out about you need to find a job in bartending or as a server or as a teacher? Like, why are you stressing out about that when that's not supposed to be your job? Like, sure, take it if it's there, but why are you giving it so much mental energy? And then I had to analyze my belief system. Well, if this is happening, I must believe that I'm not capable of making a living off my acting, off my passion. That must be the belief, the subconscious belief that is driving this worry. And so I had to fix that. And I just fixed it. Oh, I've been fixing so many things. Thank God. Thank God. When you fix your internal, It is so much easier to function in the external, and it's so much easier to be in the present moment because you are not worrying. You are not worrying, and that is all I'm focused on, is like that. This is my job. Acting is my job. Writing is my job. Act like it, bitch. Act like it. And I'm acting like it now because I am detaching from the outcome of acting. Like, I'm in the know. I'm in the know that it's all going to work out. And part of it, I have an idea of what it's going to look like. But another part, I'm just leaving it to God. I'm leaving it to be a surprise. And my only job is to focus on the present moment and focus on my passion, like what makes me feel fired up in the present moment. And then things will unfold as they should. So that is my only job. Your only job is so simple. Your only job is to be a bad bitch. That's it. That's it. To be a bad bitch and act on your happiness and your passion and be in a constant state of peaceful analysis, because we come into this world traumatized. The world traumatizes us. So we got to fix that shit. But as we fix it, we are growing and evolving, and things get easier. Things get easier in here. And when things get easier internally, they get easier externally. That's just the system. That's just how it goes. And we make it more complicated than it should be when it's not. And that's a lesson I've learned. That is a lesson that I've learned. And my life has gotten, it is getting so much easier. It is getting so much more simple. And even when I get negative thoughts or old ideas start to come up, it's easier to let them go because that's not my journey. That's not my journey anymore. And I trust that everything's going to work out. I trust that everything's going to work out. And I am always in consultation mode with my intuition and with how I feel internally. I'm in tune with who I am, with how I feel. Your feelings are a compass. Your feelings are a compass, and I trusting yourself. It takes time, especially if you have broken that trust. But once you fix it and once the ball is rolling, life is on easy mode. It really is. Like, even through the challenges, I'm moving to a new city. I live in a shoebox. I live in my room is a shoebox. I'm not the I've been more comfortable before with my external situations, but I've never felt better internally. Never felt better. And I continue to feel better because I'm in a constant state of detachment, and I'm in a constant state of presence. I'm doing my best to be in a constant state of presence, of being present in the present moment, because the present is the present. That is all that we have, and that is all that there is. And the only reason why we perceive time is because things die and things get old and things go away. But that should be a lesson to treasure the present moment and to treasure people even more. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really have to be that hard, bruh. Like, chill out. I want to end on this last note. I think one thing that is vital about being in a state of detachment is leaving an element of surprise to life. It's okay to know your passion and to know things are going to happen. Like, I know things are going to work out for me. Like, the thing that gives me the most passion, I know it's all going to work out for me, and like I said, I have a vision of what it looks like, but I'm not putting weight on my vision because the universe might have something different or have something better. And I see things so clearly now. Like, if I would have received what I'm about to receive before, I don't know. Like, it just would not have looked as nice. So the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, has a plan. And all you need to do is do your best. Have a good attitude and do your fucking best, because that's all I've been relying on, is having the best attitude that I can in the moment and doing my best. Even when my best looked like shit. That's all I've been doing, and that is what's gotten me here. So, yeah. Yeah. It's been quite the journey. Quite the journey. It's all worked out. Came here with $200 and I'm good, dude. Like, life, God has provided. I Everything has been fine. Nothing has, it's just I'm chilling, bro. Even with the worry, even with the doubts, I owe that to not only the community that I have, but the ability to repair. So if there's something negative that pops up, I can just repair it. and I can work on it and I can look at it with grace instead of shame. Like I can look at shame without shame and I can be gentle with it and empathetic and understand that it comes from somewhere and it's treatable. It is so treatable. And the more you do it, the better you get at it and the easier it is to get rid of. So, yeah, that concludes today's episode. I hope you guys liked it. I'll be posting whenever, really, because my life is kind of crazy right now. So I will be posting whenever, maybe twice a month, maybe I'm not even gonna say because yeah, it'll be whenever. So stay tuned. If you guys have any ideas on what I should talk about, please let me know. I will also be posting on YouTube and I'm gonna be on a dating show this Sunday. I'm excited. I'm excited about the show. The dating part, I don't know, but I'm excited to be theatrical. But yeah, anyways, that concludes today's episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.